Good morning and welcome to the Slip Locker. Today we are targeting Common Skate out of the lovely Crinan Harbour. We've got, you might have guessed, John Locker from the Fish Locker channel up there and Gav Williams from Small Boat Angling or Fishing on Facebook, massive group there. And we are, targeting Common Skate. We travelled up last night. John had like a monstrous 12-hour journey. Gav had 7. It was a 6-hour tour for me on my boat, or with my boat. And this is the first morning of a 2-day Scottish fishing adventure. So we're just going to get the boat loaded up and get going.
All I'm trying to do is you're creating a big bulk of a body of a bait and then lashing it all together so your hook point's still proud.
Yeah. So we've steamed out, not that far really, and the wind is blowing a wee bit, so we've got a second boat over there with Gav from, small boat Gav, let's call it. And I've got first mate John preparing deckhand John, or you haven't been promoted yet.
See how today goes.
Preparing the baits and things just to get going, because we wanted to get fishing quickly, and obviously John knows what he's doing. I've tried.
It might look like I know what I'm doing.
I've tried skate fishing, or fishing for skate 3 times now, and all I've ever caught spur dogs and doggies. So I thought I'd bring the big guns out. And hopefully with John's knowledge and equipment, then we might see a big fish on the boat, hopefully. I mean, if an 18 or hook's anything to go by, then the big fish is.
Just thinking there when you were saying about catching spurs and doggies, you're absolutely right. You can catch a big fish on a small hook, but you can't catch a small fish on a big one.
No.
So you really look unlikely to get a doggie you might get a doggie on this as a bait. Doggies are a really good bait.
Yeah.
It's one of the only fish around the UK that'll eat a doggie as a skate, so yeah, it's a little bit of divine retribution.
So there is a use for them in that case. So we've got one bait in the water. I think you'd be promoted, you're mopping the boat down already. And the second one's going to go out shortly.
I'll tell you what, that is a good looking bait, that.
It is.
That is a good looking bait.
It's better than the curry we had last night.
When it hits the bottom, give it like an extra 10 metres.
Right, okay.
That'll account for us swinging around a little bit on the anchor.
Yeah.
Because you want your bait to be absolutely stationary on the seabed. Yeah, like we're talking about these skates, they do swim around a couple of feet off the bottom, cruising around for bait, but then they'll land on it. So if it's not flat on the seabed, it's not stationary, they won't take it.
I didn't think they would do that, like stay off the bottom considering the riser on the top, but I guess it's all scent.
You look at how deep they are down there, it's pitch black, and it's absolutely thick mud, because you'll feel these leads sticking into the mud. As soon as you've had a couple of fish down there, there'll be zero visibility.
Right.
Even if it was clear, it would be zero, because it would just all be stirred up. But yeah, when you get one of them up to the surface, chances are we'll see it upside down. You'll see that. I'm not sure if it's the same on the rays as it is on sharks, but it's ampullae, vacilli, all the little tiny pits.
All right,
okay. When you get one of them up on the surface, you'll see there's thousands of them all over, all in lines.
So is that instead of a lateral line on a fish?
Well, you just imagine that it's flat.
It's flat.
If
There's no point in
having
side sonar. Or...
Well, just think about if you got like a pollock or something and it's lateral line. Mm-hmm. If you flattened it, the lateral line would.
Yeah.
Its lateral line is it's feeding the clams, the crabs, the little fish that's on the bottom. It needs to be able to sense them below it.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily need to sense them either side of it.
Right. Yeah. So I was thinking it's more like an old school sonar, isn't it, rather than side sonar, like on
pinging straight up and down rather than side to side.
Right. That's the bottom.
Right, that'll do you. You ready?
That was a run.
Yeah, that's all. You in?
Yeah.
Give it a second. If you feel another bumper pulling down.
Yeah, it's just bumped.
Right. You want to wind down as far as you can. Oh. Right. Can you feel it there, bumper?
Yeah.
Wind down as far as you can until the drag doesn't go anymore. No, keep going. Right, stand still. Wind. Right.
Yeah, that's the drag there.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're sat into it now.
Yes!
You wind down like that, and then you sit back and you tight. Now, don't go daft with it, because you're attaching now to potentially it could be a 150 pound fish. You won't get it straight up.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you're just gonna have to plate it up to the boat now. Well,
Don't think your line lay is going to be that great after this.
we're in the right place. We've got the right gear. You're attached to the fish. It's up to you now.
Sure,
no-
this is a fish?
No pressure. No pressure. Hopefully, what's going to happen now is, because we've got the tide running this way, that fish will stay down this side.
Right.
So you're not playing it round the engine.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you can, if you need to, if you want to, try and move it round here and play it round here.
This is just a snag, isn't it? It's not a fish.
Just wait. If it feels like it's not moving, if it's stuck in the seabed, you won't gain anything on it. You've just got to keep sustained
Keep the
pressure
on it.
until its strength wanes and it loses its suction and it's up in the water.
Right.
But yeah, you don't want to be playing it down around the engine. You want to be trying to work it over here if you can. Right, this wants to be
No, it was.
yeah, as far underneath your bum as you can go.
Is that a climbing harness? Sit harness?
Yeah. We're working at height harnesses where you
Yeah.
sit into them.
Sitting in it with them all day. Keep feeling like it's got gaining, but it's actually probably just pulling the boat around.
Well, this is it. We've been at the mercy of the tide and the wind swinging about. Now we're anchored by the stern. So when the fish starts coming off the bottom and starts moving around, you'll start feeling a lot more. Instead of it just being bent over,
Yeah.
you'll feel it moving left and right or up and down. You'll feel
It's
also
running now.
zun, zun, zun. And it's
That-
each wing beat.
Each wing beat.
It's not like a tail where it's like a zzz, as it comes away, it'll be like a bum, bum, bum.
Mate, and get me gloves, please. Come on, deckhand.
Oh, well, I was wondering there whether or not you meant your hands were cold or whether or not you're going to start trying to watch the line on thing.
No, it's because there's tension on it and it was cutting into my thumb.
Don't try and pull the line.
No,
That's all you'll do is-
it was just when I'm moving it like that. Cheers.
Right, the fun will start if we get two on at the same time.
So what breaking strain line have we got on here, John?
£100.
£100.
£100 mainline braid, £200 leader, and I can't remember, it's £400 or £500 trace and hook length.
Take it, if it is stuck to the bottom, once I feel it let go, then do I give it a hell of a leather?
No, you just keep that bend.
Right.
So if you can gain line, and if it wants to take line, take line.
Yeah.
I've set the drag on the reel, so if it needs to, it'll take line off you. You won't be able to keep it on the reel.
Right.
So yeah, all you do is you just concentrate on keeping a bend in that rod, because all the time that there's a bend in the rod, it's fighting the fish.
How much of a bend? Because this is obviously a pretty powerful rod.
No, a little bit more if you can manage it.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is your first fish, so this is where you're going to do your learning. It would be better for you to take your time with it and get it to the boat, so you learn it all the way through. And the next time you'll learn that you can put a little bit more pressure on it and a bit more. Yeah, this is where you're learning.
You can feel every now and again. You can just feel it.
What, it moving or it giving or what?
Yeah, just because it feels like a snag pretty much. And then all of a sudden, it kind of like you feel a little like there's something alive on the end of the line. Got a cup of tea.
Am I going to have to make it?
Feels like we might be here a while. See what I mean there? We just had a.
Yeah, you've got it up and around moving in the water. You've done what you needed to do.
Well, I thought I was going to be here for ages.
Well, you'd literally said to me, you were like, oh yeah, you must have edited your video, because it looked like you just put baits down and you had one straight away. Like, no, you just, right baits on the right rigs in the right place, you just need the right conditions, and that was staying stationary for a certain period of time.
Oh, feels good to be making ground on it.
Don't go crazy with it, because like I say, if you get it to boat too fresh, you're just going to have a handful to deal with.
Yeah. Feels like it's just a little in this.
I'll be surprised if it's over £100, just the way it come off the bottom so easy.
Oh, I thought I saw colour there, but I'm guessing not.
I'm not going to say you're lying, but
No, I'm just delirious, mate.
yeah, this is fine.
Every now and again, it just...
I've got a feeling like you're about 30 metres away from the boat.
Right. So you think it's playing in the tide? That's what it
Yeah.
feels like.
All it'll be doing is, as the tide's running that way, it's just laying its arms out like this and just kiting about.
It's a classic race.
That's it. Keep the bend in it. Lean back with your legs. So all your working's done here and
It's
here.
so comfy to fish with.
Well, they're not so bad when they're like this, but if you've got a big fish that keeps changing direction, and you get it
kind
out
of
there, and
run
all of a
around.
sudden you're like that with it, and you're like,
It is weird feeling the pull coming from your hips rather than your arms. There's no give. It's like...
if you'd have tried doing this without a harness, by now your fingers would have been cramped, your forearm would be full of lactic acid.
They're not already.
Are you?
No, I'm
I
joking.
keep forgetting it. The fish that you generally target are the ones that we're using for bait today.
Yeah. Enjoyment's all relative to the tackle.
Tell you what I'm going to do. You just do what you're doing, I'm going to move this to the other side. Oh, there's a bite. See it?
Oh yeah. Go on, John.
I'm going to have to... Yeah, it's a proper one and all that. Can't get a rod out the holder.
Oh, pandemonium. 2 bites.
I said to you, didn't I? I was like, we're just sat right. We're going to start getting another bite in a second. I'm quite happy to just let this kind of sit and play out. If you want to hurry up and try and get that in, we'll deal with your fish and then we'll get on this rod here. If yours turns out to be like £25, you've got it on the 50 as well. This is the 30.
That'd be foul hooked through the tail, a 5-pounder. If this is a 25-pounder, I'll be having a word with myself, mate.
Right, we've got the leader coming up. This is what we need.
Oh, progress. We've got a leader. I want you. Come here.
Wouldn't start counting your chickens just yet.
No.
Because immediately after you've dealt with that, you're going to have to deal with this one.
Well, after all that, it's a tiddler apparently. So the deckhand says. I mean, it looks quite big to me.
Right.
But I can't carry on talking, we've got a second fish on. That's the way.
Right.
After you, I'll tidy the deck
See
up.
if it's still there. Yeah. This one only feels like a small one.
Little one,
Yeah.
about 100 pounds.
Less.
Less.
It isn't like an overly exciting video to watch when you're reeling these fish in. You want to start feeding a bait away.
Yeah.
What I like as well, I like this braid. Because you feel like you're making progress when you can see the colours going, can't you?
That's a good point,
If it
yeah.
all been green, you'd feel like the fight was going to take you 3 times as long. You know, knock the ratchet off. think it has fouled up because
Is
it's
it?
it's gone right out in the tide now.
Oh yeah.
That's a big fish, that.
Oh aye, Jesus. It's that light that did it.
That is a big one. Look at how light the hook hold is though. Let it take a bit, and then when you start pulling down, start blind.
Yeah, no.
Drag up.
Yeah.
Start blind.
I've had a bit of a nightmare moving around, tripping the anchor all the time because I don't have enough chain for these conditions and depth. We tried somewhere a lot shallower and what, 10 minutes into a fish?
Try not to go so high, but go down low. This is your ideal working angle there.
Right.
And as soon as we've got stationary, there's no point putting the baits down while we're still moving around.
No.
So otherwise, it would have just dragged it. Waiting until the boat stopped, dropped the bait down. As soon as the boat saw the first little knock, I had the rod in hand so that we weren't moving it.
Yeah.
Is that on the 30 or the 50? Oh, it's 50 again.
I'll make a mince meal of it as usual on a tiny fish.
Should be able to just line this one straight in.
You pass me gloves?
Yes. Saw you with your hands and I could see you going. Oh.
This one's tiny compared to the last one.
Just winding me straight in. But also, we're in 60 metres shallow water.
Oh, it's got a bit of weight now.
It's time to go back to it. I told you, they're not the hardest fish to catch. It's just hard to get to where they are.
Yeah.
Take yourself a bit close towards the edge of the boat. The fish is probably stationary in the water. It's the boat that's moving around on top of it.
It's probably a dogfish. Oh, that's better.
You almost look like you know what you're doing now.
Learn from the master, eh? We're going to get another bait and catch that female.
You've still got a bait up yet. This is one of the baits that I made up. You bait one up yourself and catch one on it yourself, and it counts more, doesn't it? You feel like you're winning at least.
Yeah, there's a leader.
Right. Start moving up. Right, my fish, you want to stop reeling? There you go. Look at size at clackers on that one.
Ooh. Well, it looks about the same size as the last one, but
Yeah.
we didn't see much of the last fish, so here's another one for me. It's probably about the same size.
Would
you say?
Yeah.
Came in a lot easier.
Well, we're in slightly shallower water, and we've not got as much tide on it.
I don't know, I think it's a bit bigger than the last one.
See what I mean about those pits, though, where it senses where its prey is underneath it.
Yeah.
Now that hook is actually, it's slightly inside of its mouth. It's just just inside there. I'll still be able to get it out. We're going to meet up to do the same again.
Yeah. Do you want to skate again tomorrow?
What's the forecast doing? Is it staying the same?
It's the same as today.
We'll take the gear over with us.
Well, we can suss it tonight in the morning. But I don't really want to sit in that again. That was fucking dust.
Well, you were further out than what we were. Like us now, right here.
Yeah.
That bit had been on the bottom 5 minutes and it just took straight off.
It was borderline not fucking.
It's like a war zone in here.
What's that, half?
Half a cuttlefish.
What, you getting them on?
Mackerel and octopus.
Hopefully cuttlefish
Wow,
now.
yours on.
Finally the wind has calmed down. Fishing conditions are perfect.
Just in time for us to leave.
But as you can see behind us, the sun's going down. And we've got an absolute minefield of boys to try and get through in the dark. So don't really want to have to do that. So we're going to give it for 5 or 10 minutes.
I want to fish these baits out because we're sat nice now.
Yeah.
We'll give it 10 minutes. I was going to ask you, have you got any soap or anything? Because we'll start having a quick wash down. And that way we can just bring the rods in and we can just go.
So,
Yeah, see that bite there on that? We are getting a bite on this rod here.
don't have soap. We are getting a bite.
It might be spur dogs. We're in a shallower mark now. We've had to come further in because of the wind. If we'd have known it was going to drop off like this, we would have tried to stay out there.
We've still got 2 rods in. Still time yet. So we've had 3 fish on the boat so far. 2 smaller ones at around 100 and odd pounds. What did you think the second one was? The same?
Yeah, they were about £100 mark. I
Yeah.
mean, most of the males you
Tiddlers.
get, you never get them above like 140. 150 male is as big as they ever come.
Yeah. With John's we worked out was 198.
Yeah.
198 pounds. So close to the magic marker.
Well, what it doesn't take into account is how fat they are or anything. That was a really. I was very, very pleased with that one.
That was a good fish. Second biggest I've seen.
I'm not going to bite.
Hopefully the skate do. So anyway, we're going to fish these out and then make a quick dash for the harbour and then do it all again tomorrow. We've got the same wind forecast, so we should get out earlier and hopefully it'll be calmer and conditions are a wee bit more favourable. Get 5 hours of that in and then maybe fish for some pollock.
Well, what was your biggest fish before that today? Was it that blue shark?
Yeah, so that's probably my biggest shot because that biggest blue shark was what, 75, 80?
So that skate's been your biggest fish so far. Well,
Aye.
something to improve upon. That's his lazy line there on the front of the carabiner.
Yeah.
So I've got my batten of wood down there with the Alderney ring and the boy. So the Alderney ring slides up to the piece of wood.
Yeah.
And you've got this little length. So that's a little snatch. So that when our boat was going up and down in the water, this little length here to that buoy, the buoy was getting pulled under the water.
Ah, right, vertical.
Instead of the bow of the boat being pulled, so you weren't snatching at your anchor. We've just let out more and more rope, so that instead of us being at an angle like that to the anchor, you're at an angle like that. So all we'll do now is
So where's your lazy line from there?
just
on there,
2 ticks,
To the,
just see where we're. The anchor is down over there,
Yeah,
so you can literally just steam away now.
yeah.
There you go. That's chain. There's anchor.
Feel it?
See the buoy now.
So start turning towards it.
Yeah, mate. Start steaming back towards the buoy now. Slow down a bit. Yeah, ease it back.
Deckhand's finally earning his money. So as I mentioned, as with Gav Williams from Small Boat Fishing. Is it Small Boat Fishing?
Small boat sea fishing UK.
Small Boat Sea Fishing UK. Here he is to say a little bit about it. Hello, Gav.
So, hi. Yeah, small boats were started about 15 years ago as a group of mates, just to share information really and post reports and pictures of how our fishing was going and just to share it between each other. And then over time we were getting requests for people to join the page, and it just grew and grew. And as we stand, well, it's nearly 15 years on, we've got almost 36,000 members on there.
Is that one of the biggest sea fishing groups?
I think it, well, by now I think it is the biggest boat sea fishing group on Facebook.
On Facebook.
So yeah, there's myself and Carwyn that are the admins on there, as well as Graham. But yeah, it's just a good, friendly environment where everybody can just get involved and share their fishing experiences, ask questions, any problems they may have. But yeah, it's a good, like I said, a good, friendly place to be. We've also got an Instagram page as well, which is, we post daily with same fishing reports, any pictures we've got, and any adventures we've been on, like this one we're on today.
I know I picked up a lot of information because I'm a new boat owner, and I picked up a lot of information from the group.
So it's got a variety of people on there. You've not only got small boat owners, you've got charters on there as well, charter skippers. You've got people like John on there with his vast knowledge, who's always willing to help out as well. And even down to mechanics. You've got some members on there are mechanics. If you've got any mechanical questions or issues, then you pop your question on there and within minutes it's answered. But yeah, it's great. Like I said, there's just a variety of different people on there.
Yeah, great. Well, let's hopefully we'll get some good pictures and video for you,
Yeah,
and we'll get some ones to skate.
Yeah, apart from this rain, I think the weather's on our side, so
Pretty Scottish, isn't it?
yeah, it feels it. Let's see what today's got in store for us.
Nice one. So does this just go around to me waist, aye?
Other way around.
The way around.
There you go. That's it. That's it. So I just guide her on. We'll have to put your bigger lead on.
We're nearly there yet.
Just wait till you got a 200-pound fish attached to it.
Woo. Needed more curry last night.
Go on then.
I'm just letting my bicep. This is all the wrong way around for us. John's trying to stitch us up with this tackle. I mean, it's nice, but the handle's on the wrong side. I am right-handed, but I've spent 20 years
I'm just
reeling
hearing,
everything
I'm
into my
hearing an
left
awful
hand.
lot of exclusives, and you've not even had a fish on it yet.
I know, how heavy is this weight? 10 ounces.
£1.5 pounds.
That's about as big as a fish I normally catch.
Bend up.
They are on the right side, behind the...
Got ya. Got ya.
I said the right side, but the deckhand knew where they were.
I knew where you were.
And I put them on the left side.
Yeah. I think by this day's done, you're going to be demoted and I'm going to be promoted. Because immediately after you've dealt with that, you're going to have to deal with this one. Well, that rod holder that you put on there lasted about 20 seconds.
Wait, I thought it was just going to hold the hold the bait, not a friggin' skate.
Still can't see now. What are you going to do if this comes up and it's a crab pot?
Got dinner
Wash your
sorted.
mouth out.
Okay, cool. If you just clap your hands 3 times. Thanks.